flexible. I wonder what my life would be like. What if I never felt the fear again? What if every decision was a great decision? Suppose somehow the anxiety just melted. I wonder what I would feel like. Suppose somehow I no longer got mad at the person behind me trying to cut me up. Suppose somehow I no longer got mad at the traffic. What if every moment was another moment for me to feel relaxed? For my whole body to feel relaxed. And taking a breath in, letting it out. Oh, beautiful breath. Loving this. So now bend down as far as you can go. Notice, is it further, the same, or more than before? So for who was it the same as before? Put your hand up. For who was it less than before? For who was it more than before? Okay, look around the room. Okay, sitting down. And I didn't use your specific words, by the way. Now, they did another little experiment. I'm a little technical sometimes. I hope you don't mind. I have a PhD in cancer research from Oxford University. So what happened was funny, huh? Isn't that the irony? You study cancer for 3 years, and then one day you're faced with it. And actually you don't use the traditional methods that you've learnt about in the lab. You actually go to the alternate method that works. Isn't that? It's like God's really playing a joke on you, the universal source. Do you love those cosmic jokes that you get played on sometimes? Like, you're like, ha ha, very funny, yeah. Simple EFT, even though I'm stressed, I'm okay, I love myself, very, very simple. After 2 minutes of EFT, their red blood cells went to free-flowing red blood cells. And the nutritionist, this is on YouTube by the way, who was in charge of that experiment, she said, you know what, I might as well give up my certificates, I might as well throw them in the bin, tear up all my qualifications, because normally if someone would have come to see me, I'd have put them on a whole series of supplements, whole series of nutritional supplements, health supplements, everything, and all they really needed was 2 minutes of EFT to help them, and then of course going deeper, working with someone. Does that make sense? There's another example. So you mentioned anxiety. So I used to have post-traumatic stress disorder. What's really interesting about post-traumatic stress disorder, just severe anxiety, that's all it is. When you have it, you don't always know you've got it. Okay, it's like when you're in it, you just hypnotize, you just keep doing what you're doing, and the anxiety kind of drives you, and you feel it, like you just feel out of sorts, but you're not really sure what's going on in my life, okay? And so they did a clinical study with people who've come back from war, because war is it's a very stressful place to be, because this one case study there's a lot of feedback on this. Vietnam. And it was really painful for him, and he'd been living with this nightmare for so long that he was in Vietnam, and it wasn't as old as he was told to shoot. His officer said, go and find all the women and the children in the village and kill all of them. If not, I will kill you, and put a gun to his head. And he lived with the torture of, I wish I had been killed on that day. I wish I didn't have to go and kill those women and children. And that one incident, what it caused for him though, was nightmares, hypervigilance, sleep, anxiety. He couldn't communicate. He couldn't communicate with people. So I'm giving you a severe example now, because my belief is if it works on that, it works on anything. And so this particular gentleman was put into a clinical study. And what they found was after 6 sessions, and it wasn't just him, it was a bigger study, there was 200 patients. What they found was after 6 sessions of EFT, there was a 95% reduction in the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. Does that make sense? Isn't that incredible, yeah? And I mean, just like that, I know so many stories. You talked about fears of inaction, fears of decision. Anyone here have fear, like a phobia? Fear of snakes, spiders, or maybe water, the unknown? No phobic fears in the room? No? Like right now, if I brought a snake in, you'd all be happy? Just checking. Like if it was going, like coming down here, climbing up me, going up, is it okay? Yeah. So for some of you, it's okay, that's great. Okay, what about if I suddenly got some rats in here, like 20, 30 rats? Insects, chipkulis? I went on holiday with a really good friend of mine. We were down in Oroville. And she's scared of chipkulis. And we are in the hotel room. And this chipkali is like, how they have those eyes? They like look down, at you. So I was looking at her like this, and she's like freaking out. She's like, I can't be in the same room as that other, like she's made the chipkali into this massive monster, and it's only this tiny. But in her mind, phobia is an illogical fear. In her mind, this is the hugest monster in the world. And I was like, come Nisha, let's just tap together. And this is what I did, do it with me. Even though I just feel scared. I just feel scared of the chipkali. Really scared. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. In Bengali, I say jib jab. Jab jab. I say jab jab. That's it. Yeah. It's like a jab jab feeling. It's like a not a nice feeling. Yeah. I love and accept myself. Even though that chipkali might kill me in a moment, it just feels that way. I'm so scared. I love and accept myself. Even though I'm just so scared of the chipkali. And maybe the chipkali is scared of me. I don't know. I'm okay anyway. And then we came here, fear. So much fear. So scared. Really scared. Very scared. So scared. I don't want to be in the same room. He can have the whole room. I'll sleep outside in the corridor. I'm not going back in the bedroom. So much fear. It's only fear. Even though I was so scared of the lizard. That's okay. I love and accept myself. And then take a breath in, letting it out. That's it, great, well done. So we did a couple of rounds, but then you know what we discovered? So initially EFT or many healing modalities, okay? If there is a healing modality that works for you, please use that. It doesn't have to be this healing modality. Use the one that works for you. So what we find is at the surface, she had the sensations of that chipkali, that lizard. So some of you, if I said the snake was in here, you were like, like it's that kind of sensation. So you first tap, if you're going to use this on yourself, you first tap on the surface sensations. And this can be with anything. Maybe you've been diagnosed with an illness, So like say someone comes to me and says, I've got cancer, or I've got anxiety, or I've got depression. I was like, okay, how does the depression make you feel? So first I get, what is the surface sensation? Do some tapping first on the surface sensation. Then the next step I said to Nisha, Nisha, so tell me, when have you felt this kind of a sensation before? When in your life? So she started to proceed to tell me many different memories of when she felt this sensation before. And they were unrelated. There were no lizards in those memories. They had some of them had children, so they're not lizards, yeah. So we started to work through the different memories, and then we got to a root memory, and the root memory is what I say is at the core. It's when you get to the root memory and you free the root memory, you're done with that issue forever, right? The whole work in the area of alternate therapies is to get to what I call the crystallizing moment. The moment the impulse arose to create the illness, the moment the consciousness was created to create the fear, you get back to that moment, the root moment, right? For her, it was actually when she was in Africa. So she's originally from Kenya. In Africa, and it was dark, and they were climbing up some ladder steps. It was night, and they were on holiday with the family, and there was a chipkali up there looking at her with the eyes. And so when she saw that, didn't just look, that she jumped on her back here, okay? So that was the reason she was so scared in the bedroom. She was so scared, but she could not recall the memory. She had no conscious recollection. Only after we did the tapping, she said, oh, yeah, when I was that young, that chipkali jumped there, and that's when it started. So then we say, what I say is, you put that old movie onto a memory screen, to a movie screen, then we play the whole movie from start to finish. And so I said to her, Nisha, just tell me, what were some of the high anxiety moments in that memory? Tell me how many then. She was like, there are 5 points when it's really high. So the first point is dark, she's scared anyway. Nothing to do with the lizard. It's what I call a peak state. So already you're scared. Nothing to do with the lizard, right? So it's going to go into your being even more. She's going up the stairs and it's a little creaky, and she's with her family. It's late at night. She's tired. Can you think about the time when you've been maybe on a picnic, or you've been away for a weekend or something? You're coming back with the family. It's late. You're tired. Thak gaye. Like last night, I came back from Pune at 1 in the morning because of the rain. The only thing you want to do then is like find your bed, go to sleep. That's it. You don't really want to talk to anybody at that. So she's like that, climbing up the stairs, and then she sees the lizard. Second peak thing. And then she's noticing the lizard is now starting to jump. Now it's on her and she's like trying to get it off, like what's going on. And then after that, the place she was in, they didn't have, the shower facilities were not working. So she's feeling dirty now. This thing jumped on me, how do I remove it? What's going on? So she starts to itch all over her body. Yeah. So we find the 5 peaks. It's like keyhole surgery. This particular method is called movie technique. We just go in, you find the slice, the issue, like it's almost like looking at an issue and saying, okay, where are all the big areas? That's the big area. And then we did EFT specifically. So she said, for example, she's like, oh no, the lizard's looking at me. And I said, well, how did that make you feel? What happened? And I just used her words, did the tapping. And she was free from it on that day. Now, in this particular example, the actual presenting phobia was related to the original, was related to a lizard memory. Now, in my case, I used to have a fear of cobras. Not just cobra, snakes, okay? My fear was so bad that if this booklet had a picture of snakes in it, I couldn't hold it. I had to throw it down because it was too much for me. I used to feel that snake was going to come out and going to bite me in a moment. It was an illogical fear. It was not a real fear, okay? And it was a problem for me though, because I wouldn't go anywhere near snakes. I wouldn't go to the zoo, and I was avoiding a lot of things. But you know what? The fear is just a metaphor. I want you to get this as well. The phobia is just a metaphor. So I've had people with water phobias, with all kinds of fears and phobias. And when I released that snake phobia, it didn't only affect that part of my life. It affected me being more courageous, being stronger, being able to take steps in life. But this is what happened. I was about this high. This high, maybe this high. I was this high, yeah. I was in Hyderabad, and I was climbing up the mountains in Hyderabad near Banjara Hills. In those days, it was just like barren land. These days, it's like the most plush mansion type place in the world. Okay, so I'm there, and this cobra is right there, full fang in front of me like this. And in that moment, and it's quite hypnotic actually, to have that cobra in full fang in front of you. And I'm just standing, and I'm just not moving. I'm just standing and I'm not moving. Something in me, no one taught me this. Something in me just said, just freeze. And I just froze. Cobra was there. And then eventually just went away. Okay. I was quite excited by this little incident of mine. I was like, wow, I came face to face with a cobra and it's okay. I survived. I got home skipping. This is called a peak state. Skipping, mom, guess what happened today? I came face to face with her. What do you think she said to me? What did my mother say to me? If you were a parent, your child just came home, or someone you care for just came home and they said, you know what, I came face to face with a snake, what would your family member say? Huh? She really yelled at me. How could you go up there? Why did you go? Which moment do you think I got the phobia? When she shouted at me, that's when, and she shouted out of love. She didn't shout because she wanted to make me have a phobia. She shouted because she loved me. She didn't want anything bad to happen. Yeah, you get that, yeah? And so that was my crystallizing moment, yeah? Because I did a lot of work on the snake, but I still wasn't free from the phobia, so I couldn't understand what was going on, yeah? So that's the reason why I have really pursued EFT, to teach it in a way that it's really easy to find the core consciousness and exactly where that's stored, which part of the psyche that's stored in, because once you access that and tap that out of your system, then you're free from it. Does that make sense? And I've given you an example of fear, but let me do some other examples. So I just want you to check now in your bodies, all of you, if any of you have any tension in your body. Just check now, any tension, neck, shoulder, any tension. Just take a moment to check if you have any tension in your body. Lots? Who said lots? Knots. Where are your knots? In your neck? Great. I need a scribe in the front. Lindsay, can you come? Okay, great. Lindsay is incredible. She works very closely with me. I'm so grateful to have her. I'm here because of all her wonderful help. So Lindsay, would you just write down, my love, the numbers and everything that they say? I'm just going to switch that off because I'm not going to use it right now. What happens is when I do these talks, everyone is different. I'm not the person doing the work, it just comes through me, okay? So that's why it changes quite a bit. Okay, so knots here in the neck. What number would you, so I want you all to do this. What number would you give that tension in that part of your body? 6 out of 10? What number? 3 out of 10? So 6 out of 10 now, and the neck number 2? 3 out of 10, and it's knots. Naughty. Great. Who else has got tension? Okay, let's go one. Okay, I'll come to your knees in a moment. Great, thank you. Hold on to them though, not yet, don't, yeah? Okay, here? Yeah. So head and back of neck. What number would you give it? 7. Both are 7 or one is more than the other? The front is 7 and the back is? Front is 7, back is 6. Okay, thank you. Forehead and back neck. Okay, great. Forehead and back neck. You just need to know your order, so when I go and check the numbers, yeah? Okay, we got one half. And the 7 and 5. So, my goodness, wow. 7 and 5. So, the front, another front head, 7 and 5. Great. Thank you. We had another hand up. Okay, here, yeah, at the back. Neck, back, and knee. What's going on in your neck, back, and knee? Can you come here? Who is anyone sitting here? No, can you come in the front, please? Actually, I got a seat here. Can you just come right in the front? Thanks. Okay, while she's coming, who else on this side? Okay, I'll take that and then I'll come here. Tell me, where is it? No, you. Yeah. Neck? Yeah. So neck, long bones and fingers. Neck, long bones and fingers. And what number would you give it? 9. All of them 9? Okay, great. Hold on to it. Yeah, okay. So behind, you need to give me like a 4B here because the order is a little different. Yeah, what is it? Shoulders, okay. And what number would you give it? 4, 5, 5. Shoulders, 4, 5. Okay, great. So, okay, yeah. The knee joint. And what number would you give it? Knee joint 3. Thank you. Tell me.
Right leg.
Your right leg. Okay. 8 in the right leg. Your head. 9 in the head. Okay, great. And the knees? The knee and the sole. Which one is louder right now? The knee or the sole?
The sole will be in the evening.
And now? The knee. And what number would you give the knee? 4? Okay, so knee is 4. Okay. Is there a sensation there?
It's actually arthritis.
It's actually arthritis. And what are you using anything preventively for the arthritis? No.
Except for yoga.
Except for you. And how's the yoga working for you? It's working fine. Okay, great. So
I learned about 15 years back.
okay.
And I'm still
Great, isn't that amazing? So you're the perfect example of good health. That's great. Okay, so tell me about all your body parts. Neck.
I would give it 9.
Neck and back a 9.
And knee, it's just onset of arthritis. It's an operated knee.
Right.
Yeah, so I give it 5 at the moment. At the moment it is 5.
At the moment it's 5. Okay. So yeah. So knee is 5, and what about the neck?
And back I would give 9.
So I need to concentrate on the neck and back then, is that okay? So neck and back 9, okay? And I want you just to go into your neck and your back right now. And I want you to notice what's the sensation in there. I want you to pay attention to my words so that when you leave this seminar, you can do this with yourself as well. It's also in the booklet that I'm giving you as well. But just pay attention because I'm asking these questions specifically as well, yeah? So give me the sensation in the neck and the back. What is it?
Too much of tension, little bit of knots.
Too much of tension, little bit of knots. That's what she said, okay? Okay, can I just ask you another question? So just close your eyes. That's it, well done. I want you to go right into your neck and back right now. Go right into your neck and back right now. That's it, that's great. So as you go into your neck and back right now, just notice, if it could speak, what would it say?
Just hurts very badly.
Thank you, it just hurts very badly. That's it, you're doing great. How does that make you feel?
Just pains a lot.
It just pains a lot, that's it. Okay, well done. So just notice this. Does it increase the sensation, keep it the same, or lower it? Can't really say. Okay, so that's it. So just notice that. Great. Did you say you had some pain as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, where's yours? Back. Okay, what number would you give it? 8. Okay, great. And what's the sensation there in the back? Like a blockage. Thank you, like a blockage. Okay, great. Okay, so I want you to tap along with me and just notice what you notice, whatever it is, yeah? Okay, so I want you to tell me about your knots in your neck.
More like burning. And sometimes it's like concentrated in one part. And yeah, it's not like those parts which like they want most, more like burning.
So she said it's more like a burning, so I'm just going to concentrate just on a couple first and just let's see what happens, okay? So say out loud, even though I have these knots, so tap along with me, yeah? I have these knots, tap along, yeah? Tap, tap, do what I'm doing. Do what I'm doing. Even though I have these knots and they're like a burning in my neck, this burning sensation in my neck, it's so knotty. It's really knotty. These knots in my neck, they're just there. I love and accept myself. Even though I have these knots in my neck. And they're so knotty. It sounds naughty, doesn't it? I love and accept myself. Even though these naughty knots are being really naughty in my neck. They're disturbing my peace of mind. How dare they come here? How dare I have knee pain? Who does my body think it is? I don't want to have this pain. I wish it would just run away. Even though I've really been suffering. And I get this pain. And it comes and it goes. And I wish I could just drive it away. And I wonder how the pain feels about that. That all the things I tell the pain, if the pain were a human being, how would the pain feel? All the times I've rejected it. I've told it off. I've got angry with it. I've got disappointed with it. This pain's doing a good job. It's doing what it's meant to do. Being a complete pain. A pain in the back. A pain in the neck. And a pain in the B-U-T. It's just such a pain. It's a big pain. This big pain. It's been with me for a long time. It's a painful pain. I'm not sure it wants to leave. It's found a new home. It likes this new home. I'm not sure it wants to go. It's quite happy being here. Even though I've been fighting with my pain. I want you to get, this is a metaphor and an analogy. So if some of you had something else going on, this is going to help you too. I'm okay. I'm so lovable. And tap here. And top of the head, I'm open to the possibility of accepting my pain. And just breathe in, letting it out. Ah, great breathing group. There must be a lot of yoga enthusiasts in the room. Okay, so I want you just to check your knots right now. Is it more than a 6, same as a 6, or less than a 6?
3.
It's a 3 out of 10, so it's gone down from a 6 to a 3. So thank you, yours was a 3? Is it still a 3, more than a 3, less than a 3? It's like a 1, thank you. It's almost gone, thank you. This is what happens when it's almost gone. So I was working with someone with arthritis actually. Her name's Bharti, she's an incredible soul. And I will say with arthritis though, there are many complex issues there. Yeah, I will say that with arthritis. So I was working with her, it was just like one session I did with her. And what happened is, she was actually curled up. If she was sitting, she was on the bed. Okay, so she was on the bed. And her a foot was curled up and her hand was curled up like this. This is what the hands and the thing and the feet, yeah? And this foot was curved in, so this is what she was like on the bed. And I went to see her and she said, you know what, Rangana, I'm okay with the arthritis. What I'm not okay with, I haven't been down to have lunch with my family in 1 month. I sit up here in my bedroom, it's become my prison. I'm not sure I can ever leave this room. And that's what hurts me. I can live with the pain. And we just started, and this is what we did. Even though it's hot like a rod. Because her ankle was burning. I touched it. It was like, it's so hot. And I don't know if I can ever go down the stairs and be with my family. It really hurts. I love and accept myself. Even though it's really hot. My ankle is just so hot. I'm okay. I can still be up here. Even though my ankle is so hot. It really hurts. And my foot is curled up. I'm okay. I accept myself. My ankle, my foot, my hands, my fingers. I'm so curled up. It really hurts. It's always painful. Do you get it? Like when you have pain, it's like even if you have emotional pain or anxiety or stress, it's like it's always on. You just learn to live with it, yeah? It's always on, no matter what. I can't seem to change it. It's so frustrating. Even though it's hot like a rod, I'm okay. I'll survive anyway. Take a breath in, letting it out. Ah, that's beautiful. That's great. You know what happened to her ankle? It turned to cool as a cucumber. So then the next round we had to tap on cool as a cucumber. So like you, if it come down to 1, this is what I might do then. So even though It was a 3. It's now a 1. This remaining tension, I accept it too. Or maybe it's gone. Maybe it hasn't. So with Bharti, this is what I had to do, because it was not only her ankles that went, but her hand uncurled. Her hand physically uncurled after 1 hour, 15 minutes. I mean, I was in disbelief too. And at the time I was listening to Deepak Chopra's CD on soul healing meditation. And he'd say one saying, which is, I choose the miracle, you know. And that's what I'd say, I choose the miracle. I choose the miracle. I'm open to the miracle. I choose the miracle. It can happen to me too. I allow the miracle. I ignite the miracle. I awaken the miracle. I accept the miracle. I allow the miracle. This remaining one. This remaining one. This remaining one. This remaining one. Take a breath in. Letting it out. Ah, that's great. Well done. How's your neck doing now? It's actually gone 0. Thank you. How about you?
I'm much better.
You're much better.
I would say 3 and 2.
3 and 2. So you had it in your head and the back of your neck, yeah? So can I play with you a little bit? Is it you okay with that? If I go to places you don't want me to, you just go, no? Okay, you're in charge. Okay, so focus on your head right now. Go into your head and just notice if your head could speak to you, what would it say? It's tightened, okay? The others do that too, yeah? It's tightened, yeah? And what is it feeling tight about? Like, give me some keywords. You don't have to tell us all the mirchi and masala, but just some keywords. Emotional pressures, thank you. So let's do that together. It's going to help all of you. Even though it's just tight in my head, because I have this tight emotional problem. It's being so tight. No wonder this tight emotional problem stuck in my head. It's being a tight bleep, bleep, bleep. You fill it in. I love and accept myself. Even though my tight head is so tight with this tight emotional problem, I love and accept myself. You know the emotional problems we're talking about. Everyone here know what I mean by an emotional issue or problem. You know, something that is mentally disturbing you, it's making you feel out of balance. Everyone here knows what I'm talking about. Anyone here ever not been angry? No, okay, because I was going to come to your seminar otherwise, because I need that help. under the eye. Okay, this tight problem. It's just tight in my head. It's like pressure in my head. All these emotional pressures. I don't need them. They can go back to the emotional planet. They can be with all the other emotional pressures. I don't need them anymore. So I say goodbye now. And just come into the top of the head. So much tightness. All this emotional pressure. It's only pressure. It's not who I am. And take a breath in. Letting it out. How does your head feel? How does your neck feel? Very light. What number would you give it now? 1 and 0. Thank you. So we had neck, back, and here. Okay, so it was the front. Did we not take your numbers? Which? Oh, okay. So great. Let's come to you now. So tell them. Thank you, Perry. So that's great. 7 and 5. What number would you give them now? It was 7. So it's gone up to 6. It's still 7 and 5. Oh, 7 and 6, and now it's 7 and 5? Okay. 7 and 5? I just checking. Okay, so the forehead is 7, yeah? This bit? So I want you to notice what's the sensation in the forehead. What's the pressure about? What's the pressure about? Emotional pressure. Can you give me an example? Or give me a secret word that only you know? But that, you see, this is the thing with EFT. I'm going to explain this to you. You have to get really specific, right? So with Bharti, I got specific about the knee, the ankle, the hands. We actually went to a memory of her father dying. That was the core issue. It was actually grief and sadness stored within the body that manifested as arthritis. Okay? So you've got to be able to get specific with actually what is my body attempting to communicate with me? What's the reason this is happening? What does it want to say? And sometimes we don't know what it wants to say, so we connect with the sensations. So what's the sensation there? If it had a color, what color would it be, the forehead? Dark gray. What's the texture? That's great, not an issue. What's the sound? No sound. And what's the feeling? What's the feeling? Tightness. What's the tightness about? Some insecurity about what? Even though I'm just a bit confused. It is a 7 and a 5. And maybe it's a 7 and a 6. I'm not really sure. Sometimes I feel like I'm in 6s and 7s. And sometimes I feel I'm in 7s and 5s. It feels a bit foggy sometimes. I don't really know what's going on in my mind. I wish I did. I wish someone would tell me what's going on in my mind. I still can't figure it out. I love and accept myself. Even though I get confused sometimes. Is it depression? Is it stress? Is it anxiety? I just know I'm a bit foggy. 6s and 7s. 7s and 6. I don't know. Even though it could be tightness, I'm not sure. It could be something else. I don't know. It could be emotional pressure. I don't know. It could be insecurity. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's here right now though. It's got my full attention. And I'm giving it my full attention. There's tightness. So tight. Really tight. So much attention. It's getting my attention. There's tension in my forehead. So just come here, the collarbone. A little bit, yeah, that's it. There's tension in my forehead. Just so tense. Really tense. So much confusion. Is confusion something that you understand? Does that relate to your life, confusion, or no? Maybe. Oh, I don't know. Really important not to lead the person, yeah? So if it's no, it's no. If it's yes, it's yes, yeah? So that's quite an important component of EFT, yeah? So maybe. Even though it's tight in my forehead. Where was the color? It was dark gray. And it didn't have a sound. And it didn't have a texture. Yeah, that's the other thing is sometimes when people give me sounds, it's called submodalities, they go, oh, something's wrong with me, there's no texture. No, it just didn't have a texture. It just didn't have a sound. It just means you've not storing your information in sounds and textures. We all store information in either images, sounds or feelings or taste or smell. Taste, in fact taste, like ghar ka khana, it sends you back straight away to your mother or your father's kitchen when you were little. Like it's the one thing that's the quickest anchor. You can be somewhere, you smell it and you're there in a moment, okay? So we all will store information in building blocks and so it's okay. Okay, so come here. I'm open to the possibility of just accepting the tension. I don't need to change it. I don't need to make it better. I don't need to make it worse. I just choose to accept it. I just allow it. And it only needs to change when I'm ready. I'm in charge of me. It's my decision. I take charge of my life. I'm in charge of all of me. And I can hold on to the tightness for as long as I like. It's my tightness. And you cannot have it. It's my tightness. And I'm holding on to it. Don't you dare take it away from me. That tightness has been my friend for a long time. Me and my tightness, we've come through a lot. We've been through life. We've really been through it. So don't you be coming here and taking me away. And come here. This is called the 9 gamut point. Just show your hands as well, yeah? Nidhu, just show them your hands as well, yeah? 9 gamut here. Just make sure they're all fine, the 9 gamut. That's it. Yeah, and tap there. So I want you to open your eyes, close your eyes. Open your eyes now, open your eyes again. Put eyes hard down, right? Hard down. Yeah, no, staying up. Just go like this. Okay, great. And then look the other way. That's it, great, beautiful. Do this. Look at me. And then this way. It's not Bharatanatyam, by the way. And then you go, everybody, come on, yeah? Happy birthday. It's my birthday today. You're not even singing to me. What kind of group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And keep tapping here. Take a breath in. Letting it out. Awesome group. How is your forehead now? What number would you give it? Is it more than a 7, the same as a 7, less than a 7? 4 to 5, thank you. What about the back of the neck? It was a 6, it was a 5, then a 6, then a 5, then a 6. 4, thank you. 4, thank you. So just keep tapping along. You feel the energy depression? You feel low energy? Okay, that's great. So tap along with the low energy in your consciousness, yeah? And let me know what happens in the end. Okay, that's great. Thank you for sharing that. So let's check in with you. What was your neck and the back? And what about the knee? Okay, so go right into your neck right now. Go right into your neck. And tell me, if your neck could speak to you now, what would it say? And what am I tired of? It's too much to handle. Can anyone relate to that? It's too much to handle, yeah? What's too much to handle? Stresses. Give me a real example. What kind of stress is too much to handle? Relationships. And is it a specific relationship you have in mind? Is it one person? The whole family? How many? Give me the number of people then. Give me the number. 5 people. So can you bring them into your consciousness now? These 5 people? Okay, that's great. I'm actually going to do a slightly different demonstration. Is that okay with you? Because I also want to show you something called matrix reimprinting. Is it okay if I do a slightly different demonstration? Okay. What's your name, by the way? Swati. Great. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you so much for allowing me to play with you. It's just an experiment. That's all this is. Is that okay? Okay. There's no side effects. It's just benefits. Okay. So just start tapping here. Okay. Can you recall a specific incident where something happened with these 5 family members?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you bring that into your consciousness now? Okay, great. So this is what you would do with matrix reimprinting, which is a more advanced form of EFT. Okay, and I'll explain to you a little bit more later on. Okay. So what I want you to do is to step into that memory. Go and make a connection with little Swati. How old was she? Now, okay, so just go and make a connection with her and just say out loud, "Hi, I'm Swati.
Hi, I'm Swati.
I've come from the future.
I've come from the future.
Is it okay if we work together?"
Is it okay if you work?
So just get her permission. She said yes or no?
That's it.
So check now, I can't do work with you until she says yes. What does she have to say to you? She says yes. Pick up her hand. Pick up her hand and let her know you're learning this really weird EFT stuff. Let her know that. Pick up her hand. Tap on her hand. Start tapping on her hand. Imagine yourself tapping on her. Let her know you love her. I love you. Let her know I love you, Swati. Okay. So say out loud together. Let's say it out loud together. Is that okay? Because we're all going to get benefits. Even though I'm using Swati, it doesn't matter. You're getting benefits too. Because right now we're connecting with all your inner children at the same time. Even though you're my lovable Swati, you're okay. I love you. So I want you now to pause just to check with her what she's feeling in that old memory. What's she feeling? What's going on for her? And then tell me what that is.
She feels hurt.
Yeah. Even though you feel hurt. You feel really hurt. These 5 family people have really hurt you. This relationship issue. It's so painful. It's so hurtful. I love you. I really love you. Even though you're just so hurt. You're really hurt. And you're hurting inside. You're lovable. I love you. Now I want you to tap on her. So as you tap on yourself, as you tap on, like, can I touch you? Is it okay? So as I'm tapping on you and you tap on yourself too. Yeah, that's it. You're tapping on her, so I want you to notice that you're tapping on her, okay? Can you do that? So you imagine you're tapping on her, yeah? I'm really hurt. I'm so hurt. I'm really hurt. I'm just so hurt. I'm really hurt. I'm just so hurt. I'm really hurt. I'm so hurt. I was so hurt. Just keep tapping on her, keep tapping on her. I'm really hurt. I'm just so hurt. And just take a breath in. Letting it out. Ah, that's it. Great. So all Nidhu's going to be doing is just tapping for her on one side. That's it, yeah? Because when you're concentrating yourself, you're having to tap on the younger you, just need someone else sometimes just to tap. 80% of the work I do is on Skype and phone, so I'm not physically there anyway. So it's just a little bit of added help right now. I want you now to connect with the younger Swati. She's called the echo in matrix reimprinting. What that means, it's the us, the echo is an energy hologram, an energy consciousness hologram. It's an us that gets frozen in space and time because we felt hurt. We felt powerless. We felt helpless. And it can happen anytime, you know. It happened to me when I was 7 years old and my teacher said, Arey, shut up, you know. Or when I was in school in Delhi and I had to witness the naughty boys being brought to the front and being told to strip off their clothes, to put their hands out like this and then their underwear and then being hit with the ruler. And I'm having to watch this as a little girl and I'm feeling humiliated and embarrassed and ashamed to actually watch this take place. I took it very sensitively, very personally that this kind of humiliation could take place for my fellow friends in my classroom, and what they'd done was not even that bad, you know. And so I had to then make a connection with my younger you and let her know that she's okay even though she's hurting. Does that make sense? So I want you to check with the younger Swati now, what's she feeling now? To close your eyes, bring the memory up. So that's what you'd do. You'd close your eyes, you'd bring the memory up. What's she feeling? She finds it difficult to forgive. Great. And I want you to notice, is the hurt there, is it more than before, the same or less? Little lesser. So that's what happens. It comes down and all you do is you just ask, it's such a simple technique, you just ask the younger you, what are you feeling? Oh, I'm finding it hard to forgive right now. Thank you. Ask her, how does she feel the fact she's finding it hard to forgive? How does that make her feel?
Doesn't feel good. She wants to forgive.
Anyone can relate to that here? Doesn't feel good, wants to forgive. Do you know what I mean by that? I know, like 3 days ago, I ran a workshop actually on forgiveness and vow change. And I know when I was younger, I was taught, sorry bolo, nahi abhi sorry bolo. Tell your sister sorry, tell your father, but I don't mean it. Like, why are you forcing me to do something? Nahi, that's it, you go and say sorry, you know? And we don't want to do it. And this is what happens is on the one hand, we're like, but then my superego comes in and goes, you're such a bad person. You can't even forgive. What kind of a person are you? And then that stuff then goes on in my head. And so I'm in this stuck state of, I've got to forgive, but I can't forgive, and what's going on? Does that make sense? So let's do a bit of tapping for, so join me in. Even though You're hurting less. You were hurting. That's okay. I love you. Even though you really want to forgive. And you feel like you can't forgive. That's okay. I love you. You're still lovable. Even though you're feeling like you just can't forgive. What they did is not right. And I want to forgive. And I can't forgive. I still love you. Eyebrow. You're still lovable. You want to forgive. You just can't forgive. You're just hurt. That's okay. I forgive you. I love you. I forgive you. You deserve my forgiveness. Maybe you were doing the best you could. All this tension, all this pressure, so much tension, so much pressure. With Matrix, we always do close on the wrist, actually. It's quite an important point in Matrix. It's stimulating for the body. Okay, so my darling Swati, just check now. You can keep your eyes closed. Just check with the younger you. What's she feeling now? She feels little relieved is what Swati's saying, okay? She feels little relieved, okay? Great, and what's going on for her now? How does she feel about being hurt?